Hi y'all, thanks for taking a look at this. Today we're going to be taking apart this DCD 771. It's a DeWalt drill. Used it for about a year. As you can see, it's got a good amount of abuse. While I take it apart, there's a couple things that it had that were seriously wrong with it. It's not a very good drill. It's pretty weak. It's okay for drilling a couple of small holes, but overall I was not impressed. The chuck loosens itself up pretty easily, especially if you're putting anything of size in there, like even a small paint mixer. As soon as the brake engages, the chuck will actually slip loose, and that's after cranking it down pretty hard. And I can honestly say that I'm a pretty strong guy, not that much, but strong enough that it shouldn't cause that kind of a problem. I was kind of inspired to do one of these videos by Mr. AVE. He likes to tear these things down and show you what's inside of them, and figured I'd do a little one of my own in my shop. Maybe I'll do some more of these, who knows, but let's see how well this is going to come apart. There we go. Now that got to the meat and potatoes quickly. The switch fell right out. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get to the smallest one of the screws here. A little messed up. That's alright. We don't need to get to that. Problem we ran into was the drill itself actually caught fire on me while I was working on it. And that probably has something to do with it. As you can see, there's a lot of grease in there. Just all kinds of grease. Metal shavings. I have done some pretty serious work with this, like I said, and it looks like it picked up a fair amount of metal shavings in there. So we're just trying to see exactly what happened to cause this to short out. And it looks to me like our positive lead has some pretty good wear on it there against the side. I don't know if you can see this, but that's worn through, although I don't believe that caused the short. That gear stack came apart pretty easily. You can see already easy access. The whole thing was already there you go. The whole thing was already starting to fall apart on me. I had noticed that the gear selector was getting a little loose here, and yeah, that is pretty flimsy stuff. But as you can see, I guess it's not going to go back together very easily. So you can see that just basically came right apart. The actual click piece, it's right here, is broken off on the other side, and it's not in my pile of stuff. It doesn't seem to be there at all. It seems to just be gone. So not really sure where that went, but you can be assured it went somewhere. So well, we know why that stopped working. Got an extra chuck anyway. Real problem was our motor actually completely burned up on us. Caught fire and started shooting out sparks. Well, it doesn't look like it wants to come apart easily. Looks like there's a nice sleeve on there, kind of a compression sleeve holding everything together. Let's see if get a screwdriver here. Just pry this right apart. The whole thing seems to be pretty cheap. Apparently that's a little tougher than I thought it would be. Let's see, get a T20 there. Maybe we can take the core of the motor out, see exactly what's going on in there. And oh, here goes that screw. Now you can see that retaining clip. It's supposed to hold the whole thing together. Well, that didn't do a very good job. Pretty dirty drill. And that motor's press fit what was the bits that burned up. As far as the review goes, let's see. Those are press soldered on. Yep. Not very straight either. Nice little light there. That'll be handy. I'll take that and put that on my old Makita set. At least I've got a switch is okay. Pretty cheap. Oh well. That should be a nice little 12 volt, possibly higher LED. Well, 5.94 volts. Look at that. Let's get stepped down. Probably burn that up putting it on something else. Anyway, so I wouldn't recommend one of these. And if anyone would like to see the rest of this and be able to take this guy apart, it'd be very fun. Thanks, guys. Alright, here we are back again. I decided that I was just going to take this to my bench grinder and see exactly what was going to happen to it. We'll take the back plate right off. Lo and behold, our nice new brushless motor has brushes. And that brush is burned. Non-serviceable part. I had to grind the back of this off. This plate here with our rear, not even bearing. Just a slip bearing, really. Probably could have used some extra lubrication because there's no actual bearing there. How bad is this? Here, AAV. Oh yeah, focus you. Ha! Yeah, see? Look at that. No bearing. No bearing. How cheap can you get? DeWalt. This is DeWalt. There's your answer. She doesn't work. Blew right up. Completely and utterly useless. Yeah. What do we got here? Oh, a couple of... Oh yeah, those work great. Yeah. Look at that. Well, there you go, DeWalt. Once again, you have made an unhappy customer. Look at that. Look at the cracking. You see that? Look at the heat on that. All I was doing was mixing some paint when this went. Completely fried. Just some paint. Burned her right up. And you can see why. She's getting hot because there's no bearing. That was really hot, I bet. I wonder if she used to get too hot if I ran it too much. That's sad. That is just sad. Let that be your final image. Wow. Well, do not buy this. Bad business. Bad business. Thanks, everyone.